Okay, you have a great ideas. In fact, maybe you have a lot of ideas, but you have to first evaluate those ideas, and that's extremely important. And here are the questions you need to ask yourself. Is your idea easy to describe? Does your idea have a clear point of difference compared to similar products on the market? Does your product idea or invention have a wow factor? Is it easy to demonstrate? Does it require education? Does it have a large market? How many potential licensees will you be able to reach out to? Will it require a large amount of capital to implement? Can you build a works-like prototype to show proof of concept? Do you have freedom to operate? Meaning, is there any prior art? Are there any patents out there in which might stop you from getting your intellectual property? And the last one, is it patentable? Basically, the patentability of your product idea can be important, so you need to know what is it going to take in order for a patent to issue. Okay, so what do I do? What do I consider? These are questions I ask myself. I want to make sure there's a large market. Also, I need and I want my product idea to have a very clear and concise point of difference compared to similar products on the market. I want it to be easy to explain, to demonstrate, that requires no education. And I also want to have a lot of potential licensees. And here's the big one. I want to find that idea, that invention that doesn't require new equipment to manufacture my invention. Now I want to talk about the difference between simple ideas and complex ideas. And let's start with simple ideas. Simple ideas, there's just less financial risk. It's easier to do for the company. It's easier to implement, to manufacture. It takes less time and there's less capital. So what does that all add up to? Simple ideas are easier to license. Okay, let's talk about complex ideas. I love them, but you have to realize when you have a big idea and it's a complex idea, it's harder to implement. Most likely it's going to take equipment, and that means it's going to take more time to put inside the facility, and it's going to cost more money. So what does this all add up to as an inventor? You have to realize complex ideas are harder to license. Here are a few simple ideas. Over to your left, this is a product from Joseph. Joseph, it's a kitchen company, and this is a very simple way to slice and dice your vegetables. It's called the multi-gripped mandolin. Now, the product to the right, this is called Push and Pop. This is a fun way to put treats in this dispenser that when the dog touches it, they pop up. It's kind of a game while you're giving treats to your dog. Those I would consider very simple ideas. Here's a great example of a complex idea. It's called Fishbone. This packaging innovation is 100% curbside recyclable. Now, it looks simple, but the equipment that it takes to apply Fishbone to packaging is very expensive. And as you can see from the photographs to the left and to the right, it's all about robotics, it's all about high speeds. This is very complex, very expensive, takes a lot of time. This was hard to license. Here are a few examples of difficult industries. I would say the tech industry is a tough one. If you've got a software app, not so easy. Another industry which is difficult would be food, because it's hard to protect a recipe. Apparel, clothing, very hard to protect because usually clothing does not have any functionality. Packaging, which I just showed you, requires a lot of equipment running at high speeds. The medical, you might have regulatory issues, that could be difficult too. And automotive, just because the time it takes to make changes in that industry is very expensive. So these are just a few difficult industries. All right, let's talk about some of the easier industries. Number one, I would say the toy, very easy, pet, hardware, kitchen, sports, fitness, baby, juvenile, tech accessories, automotive accessories, and the DRTV. Those are just a few of the industries that are very easy to license ideas. Okay, so you've got a big idea. It's a complex ideas. What do you need to do? I'm going to give you a few strategies here and talk a little bit about them and why they're important. When you have a big idea, I would highly recommend to build a team. Why build a team? You're building a team because you're taking away risk and you're giving that company the confidence to work with you. You have to have a good intellectual property strategy in place. What are you protecting? That's going to help give you perceived ownership. Market demand. If you can find some customer saying, we want this is going to help bring or pull your product through to get people interested to do some of this work. And here are the two questions everybody's always going to ask. How do we do it? What does it cost? Those are things that you must understand ahead of time if you have a complex idea. And if you have these things in place, it's going to go much, much smoother. Okay, but what about easy ideas? Easy ideas are very simple. Sometimes you can build a prototype. Sometimes the only thing you need is a 3D computer-generated rendering. It's that simple. Show the benefit of your wonderful idea to a company. Also, good marketing material. It's called your one-page sell sheet. That is a one-page advertisement that has your 3D computer rendering, maybe a line at the very top that talks about the benefit of your idea and maybe some of the features. And then file a provisional patent application. That's all you need to do. If you do those three things, you're in the game of licensing simple ideas. Okay, thank you for watching this video. You can do this. From simple ideas to complex ideas, it takes a different type of strategy. So when you're evaluating your ideas, ask yourself these important questions and know the difference. If you have a simple idea or complex idea, what's the next steps you need to take?